And now, folks, we switch topics. You know, we've been following the plight of Pastor Saeed Abedini for a long time. We're going to be joined by his wife right here in studio in just a second, but I want you to watch what the president of Iran had to say recently.
There are a number of Iranians in the United States who are imprisoned, who went to prison in result of activities related to the nuclear industry in Iran. If the Americans take the appropriate steps and set them free, certainly the right environment will be open and the right circumstances will be created for us to do everything within our power and our purview to bring about the swiftest freedom for the Americans held in Iran as well.
All right. Joining us now, as promised, is Naghmeh Abedini, wife of Pastor Saeed Abedini, who's been held in Iran since July of 2012, simply because he is a Christian. And it is so nice to finally meet you. We've talked so often over the Skype. And you're in New York, and you wanted to meet with the Iranian delegation because the UN General Assembly is in session. You sent a message to them, I presume, and what happened?
Yes, I have. They've received my message, but they have not met with me. And my goal was to let them know that I'm here and that I will be everywhere I can be where they are, and speaking before government officials and parliaments as much as I can. And I will not leave until my husband is released.
Any, I mean, are you disappointed? Did you have expectations that this would succeed, this attempt?
You know, I didn't really think they would want to meet with me. They don't like me, but I wanted them to get the message that I was here in New York and that I will continue to push for my husband's release.
There's been a lot of talk, before we get specifically to what the president of Iran was talking about. I mean, there were rumors that the Pope was going to intervene and the Pope would help get the prisoners released. There were rumors that as the deal was signed, that there was a side deal that the prisoners would be released. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that? Because so far, none of that has happened.
No, actually, our government officials had hoped that Iran would do the right thing after the deal, and they would act out of good faith and release the Americans. But they're still, my husband's still sitting in Iranian prison. He's doing worse every day. Recently, he was tasered and he was given told he was given extra charges and a longer imprisonment. And so his situation keeps getting worse.
And this was recently since the deal?
Exactly. Oh, it's been last week. Last week.
So it's, again, we have Putin poking a finger in the eye of Obama and spitting in his face. 2 days after he meets him, he starts bombing in Syria and says, if you don't like it, too bad. And now we have the deal signed, and rather than release the prisoners, we have your husband, simply because he's a Christian, being treated even worse than he was before the deal.
Exactly. Things have gotten worse for him after the deal.
And how do you rationalize that in your head? I mean, you've heard from the State Department. You met the president at one point. I mean, it's got to be, aside from the fact that it's your husband and he's in prison and you know what's happening to him, does any of this make sense?
No, I'm not a politician, but from day one we said Iran's not going to release them unless there's leverage. We've lost that leverage now, and we've said before they even sat down to speak with regarding the nuclear deal 2 years ago, we said, demand the release of the Americans. We said before you walk away from the deal, make sure their release is secured. And all along our government has been saying, oh, they'll do the right thing. We've created the environment for them to act in good faith, and now they say they were wrong, and it's my husband's. We've lost the leverage.
When you say they've said and they say now they were wrong, are they saying this to you? Is this the State Department saying this to you? I mean,
they're saying that they had hoped that
to you, and you've been in communication with them.
They've told me that they had hoped that after the deal there would be Iran would act in good faith and release the Americans, and unfortunately that has not been the case.
All right. So how are the children?
My daughter just turned 9, and the last time she saw her dad, she was 4. They're not, their faith is getting them through, but they're crying, they're missing him, they're watching videos, pictures, trying to remember him, and it's been a really difficult journey for them.
And people who are interested could go to Facebook. I know you got a Facebook page.
Yes.
Talk about where they could communicate with you.
I've tried to update my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Naghmeh Abedini, as best as I can to provide updates on my husband.
We wish you nothing but the best. You know that, and we'll have you on every day if that's what it takes. I mean, we're not going to get him released, but you are, and anything we could do to help facilitate and channel that, you're always welcome. Very quickly, you had lunch with Franklin Graham today, the son of Billy Graham, and you got an invitation from him, and you accepted. Yes,
the governor of North Carolina will be signing to have the statue of Reverend Billy Graham there as one of the statues for North Carolina and our capital in D.C. So I will be there when he signs that.
Very nice.
We'll be part of that.
Very nice. You're an amazing lady, and you know, your kids are lucky to have you. And I know it's tough for all of you, but I know you're doing the best you can for them, and our heart goes out to all of you, and our prayers do too. So keep strong, and anything we could do for you, let us know.
Thank you. You guys, you've been a wonderful support to our family.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, folks. Let's all pray for Pastor Saeed Abedini, and call the State Department, call your congressman, call your senator. We're coming back with the panel. Don't go away.